There exists a type of creature in the world. It has been discovered by only a few people, but its existence has not been confirmed. We collectively refer to such creatures as unidentified mysterious animals, unconfirmed biological entities, abbreviated as UMA. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the UMA video series. Sea monsters have always been a fascinating topic. Humanity has never stopped exploring the oceans. With the rapid advancements in modern submersible technology in the 20th century, we were able to glimpse just the tip of the iceberg beneath the deep blue. Pioneers venturing into the deep sea have reported that some colossal creatures beyond their understanding inhabit the depths of the vast oceans. Today, I want to share with you one such mysterious oceanic giant. Alvin also said. The Alvin is a manned deep-sea submersible, operated by the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution in the United States. It began service in June 1964. The submersible was named in honor of the renowned oceanographer and physicist and pioneer of manned submersible development, Alan Vine. The name Alvin Sea Serpent is derived from this vessel, representing the second-generation Alvin submersible. In July 1965, the second year after the submersible entered service, the Alvin, the Sea Serpent, was sent to the Bahamas with the purpose of inspecting the Artemis underwater surveillance array, deployed by the U.S. Navy. After completing an early mission, engineers aboard the Alvin, Marvin McCamies and Bill Rainey, reported that they had seen a large sea creature resembling a giant serpent underwater. Dr. McCamies's initial description was as follows: "I swear to God, I saw something that looked like a monster, but when I turned around, it had suddenly disappeared. It left me utterly shocked. Could it really be a living creature? It was about 40 to 50 feet long." Back to the topic. Later, American supernatural author Charles Berlitz interviewed McCamish. In his 1997 publication, In the Art of the Trackless, I will now share only the eyewitnesses' description. Here is what they reported. "We dived approximately 5,000 feet. Then, we entered a rock fissure about 300 feet deep. We went deeper, because the target cable we were inspecting crossed the fissure, and that's where I saw it. At first, what caught my attention was something moving. I thought it was the submersible following the cable. Then I double-checked the readings, and realized the sub was stationary. The moving object was that thing. Suddenly, it struck me that it might be another cable. Its shape was very thick. We adjusted the sub's position to get a better look at it. At that moment, I saw an enormous fin body, a long neck, and a huge, snake-like head. Those two eyes were staring directly at us. It looked like a large lizard with two pairs of limbs. When we tried adjusting the camera angle to capture it, it turned its back on us and swam upward, moving out of the camera frame. However, it stayed nearby, lingering. I really disliked the occurrence of such unknown events, so we immediately surfaced and returned. I couldn't believe what I saw, but I also didn't want to stay there any longer." After the incident, McCamies promptly reported it. However, due to the lack of evidence, he was ridiculed by his superiors and colleagues. He had indeed recorded the incident in the dive log, but in the final logs, there was no trace of it. It was likely deleted by the Navy. McCamies stated he had experienced 300 to 400 dives, and that was the only time he saw such a strange creature. It might have been a very large squid, instinctively avoiding the submersible. Professor Berlitz's colleague, American entomologist Joseph Valentine, created a drawing of the Serpent Leviathan based on McCamies's description. The latter firmly stated it matched the creature he had seen exactly. This led to the creature being nicknamed the Alvin Serpent Leviathan. This caused a huge stir in the field of cryptozoology. It was one of the rare, complete, and authoritative records of underwater sightings of large, unknown marine creatures. Plesiosaurs were marine reptiles of the Mesozoic era, named for their massive size and long neck structures. What we refer to as plesiosaurs today generally encompasses the entire Plesiosauria order. According to discovered fossils, this species first appeared approximately 203 million years ago, during the late Triassic period. By around 66 million years ago, they disappeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. Their fossils have been discovered worldwide, indicating that they were one of the dominant marine predators of their time. They were undoubtedly rulers of the ancient oceans. Previously, we discussed cryptozoologist Professor Bernard Heuvelmans, who in his book In the Wake of the Sea Serpents, classified a series of sea monster sightings. In this case, he classified creatures like the Alvin Sea Serpent under the long-necked sea serpent category. He compiled a total of 82 similar sightings to compare their descriptions. The long-necked sea serpent is speculated to be a swift-moving amphibian, since the first recorded sighting of a long-necked sea monster in 1846. I believe the reports have become more frequent. By the 20th century, they were recognized as one of the most common types of sea monster sightings. Therefore, it is hypothesized that this is an emerging species, one that is continuously reproducing and expanding. However, Professor Heuvelmans believes this should be classified as a modern species undergoing evolutionary refinement, rather than an ancient lineage like the plesiosaurs. Some scholars also believe that plesiosaurs might still exist in some deep-sea regions. Cryptozoologist Dr. Carl Schucker believes that the entire Alvin Sea Serpent sighting is highly valuable. The credibility of the witnesses is reliable, and the entire creature was observed underwater. Unlike most sea serpent sightings, which only report the head or humps above water, the described creature is undoubtedly very similar to a plesiosaur. Dr. Schucker believes that this might be one of the most convincing reports supporting the existence of living plesiosaurs. The identity of long-necked sea serpents has always been a controversial topic in the field of cryptozoology. From my personal perspective, the most baffling aspect is the long neck observed by the witness. This characteristic effectively eliminates most known species. For example, seals, which are large enough and possess a significant blood supply, enabling them to store sufficient oxygen to dive deeper into the ocean for food. Current records indicate that northern seals can dive as deep as 1,735 meters, while southern seals can reach depths of up to 2,388 meters. Excluding the long-necked theory, I think seals are the most likely suspects. But if we seriously consider the survival of plesiosaurs, this hypothesis, I believe the chances are small, but not impossible. The chances are small because plesiosaurs have been extinct for too long. Even so, if some individuals or groups managed to survive extinction on limited food resources lasting until today, could they truly remain unchanged in the face of immense environmental changes? However, the vastness of the ocean makes the possibility of discovering undetected large species quite high. So I believe that with advancing technology, one day, we will uncover these mysterious creatures and catalog them in our ever-growing species database. Alright, as always, the unknown will always surpass the known. And this is the charm of UMA. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.